So I'm 18. I'm from Portugal. I live near the seaside. I'm heading to university now, so I finished high school, and I intend to study international relationships. I'm into international politics, more on a humanitarian level. So for me, being here with people from different countries is very, very nice, even very, very interesting.
Hello everyone, my name is Oda. I am 15 years old. I'm from Bavaria, which is in Germany. And I really like reading and mostly about things that concern our world right now, how it is in the current state, and things about the environment, and just learn about the things that are current topics.
Hi, my name is Wong, but you can just address me as Ling. I'm 14 years old this year. I'm currently in year 9, but I'm transitioning to year 10 in September. And hobbies of mine can include singing. I enjoy playing the piano, and I enjoy reading.
Hi, I'm Thalia. I'm from the UK, but I lived in Malaysia for about 9 years, but I moved back here a couple of years ago. I've just finished doing my GCSEs, which is a bit of a mess because of COVID. And in September, I'm going to do my A-levels at college. I'm planning on studying physics, maths, and geography. I don't really know what I want to do, but I do want to make a difference somehow.
My name is Rasheeqa, and I'm going to year 10. My hobbies are photography and reading, and I'm 15 years old.
Hello, my name is Andrea. I am 18 years old. I am Italian, and I just graduated from IB. And since I don't know what to do next, I'll be taking a gap year in Denmark, as I have lived there for 2 years and I really like it.
Hi, I'm Megan. I'm from Ireland. I'm 16 years old. My hobbies include I do a lot of sport and a lot of drama and acting. And in the future, I really want to travel to experience different cultures and meet new people.
Cool, amazing. So I'm Francesca. I'm 17. I'm gonna be 18 in a few weeks. I just graduated high school in Denmark, but my mom is from Canada and my dad is from Italy. I'm really excited to speak with you all today because I think COVID was something so weird and so out of the ordinary. And I think we all have a lot to say, especially because we're from so many different places around the world now. What do you guys think, how can we make the world a better place? And what are some of the causes that you're passionate about?
Well, one of the causes that I'm actually very passionate about is spreading awareness about mental health and its significance towards one's daily life. I'm actually very passionate about mental health because many people disregard it. Some people just don't really think it matters, but it really does. And the pandemic actually has affected many people's mental health because a lot of people end up feeling lonely and isolated because of the pandemic.
Yeah, for sure. Mental health definitely carries a big stigma. I think COVID really helped up to open the conversation as well. But I'm glad to hear that young people like you are passionate about it because it's definitely still an issue that we need to work towards. So, does anyone else have any other, maybe even a United Nations sustainability goal that you guys are passionate, or if you guys are working on helping some type of problem in our community, in the world?
I believe education has to be a main concern because it's the basis of everything. So if you want to have adults that care about mental health, if you want to have adults that care about the climate change, if you want to have a better future, you need to start somewhere, and that somewhere is education. So I believe education is a crucial point to everything, anything we want to achieve in the future.
I agree completely. Education is super important, and it's such a privilege that a lot of us in the first world countries also take for granted. It can completely affect the way your life is based on your education. Does anyone else have anything they would like to say about an issue that they're passionate about or an issue that they think is, Mariam, would you like to go?
It's a cause, Make-A-Wish Foundation. It's for kids who have been struggling at such a young age with deathly diseases like cancer, and I feel like this foundation just gives them a simple smile on their faces, because we're kind of making their dreams come true by just donating as much. And I'm really passionate about it, because struggling with a disease at a young age is very hard.
Yeah. I couldn't imagine. But I'm happy to hear that you're passionate about that, and I'm glad that there's an organization to help those kids.
Well, I think what is really, really important is good education. Because if we think about it, we are in the third millennium. Some schools and universities are just the same as they were maybe 300 or 200 years ago. And they are told so many things that students maybe don't even have to know anymore, and really important things are left out. So I think, for example, if we think about maybe responsible consumption and production, not many schools actually teach the children about that, or maybe even all the environment and sustainability goals. I think talking about sustainability is really important, but how many schools actually do that? Not many. So I think it's really important to tell the people what is going on, and maybe just make them think about the things that are happening on our planet, and not just teach any things or maybe improving cars. If you just think about improving cars, we don't really need faster cars or fancier cars. What we need is another way of transport, because just making cars electrical doesn't solve the whole problem. I mean, it's a really nice step, and it's for sure in the right direction, but maybe we should just think more about what we can actually do to save the environment, to stop the climate change, and just change so many things, and not just sit there and just let everything happen and let some other people talk about it and take actions, because we are all part of this planet and we all are able to do something, even if it's a small step. It can be a huge process or a huge thing you can just do for the whole world, just if you care about it, if you think about it, and if you are actually passionate about it.
Yeah, I totally agree. Right now is definitely the time for change, especially if we're talking about with climate change. It's definitely the time to do something now, especially with these big industries. I also think whatever we do on a scale is important, but obviously those big industries are the ones that should be trying to find the correct solutions right now. I think we're at the tipping point.
I think it's just in my country, but we keep on delaying. So a few years ago, our country did say that we will not completely, but reduce the usage of plastic. So in shops, they didn't allow and they banned the usage of plastic. However, if you actually look closely into our shops and supermarkets, you can see that we are still using plastic. And no, they do not charge you any prices for it. They just give it out for they did last time. So it didn't make much of a difference. Plus, people still continue even though there are bins all around. So it didn't quite much make a difference. So I think an important thing is to educate people about what littering actually can do to our whole entire planet itself, because I feel like a lot of people have actually ignored climate change as a big threat threat in life itself. So I think it is extremely important. And it was kind of upsetting to me that we kept procrastinating on the fact that we should stop using plastic.
Especially our generation, I think it's really important that we get the word out, because it is our generation that's going to be affected the most until generations to come. But yeah, I'm glad to hear that you guys are so passionate about certain issues, because we're the change.
Well, I would like to say maybe just one sentence about the whole climate and education thing, and maybe all the goals we have. What I think is the nature is our home, as the basic for living of everyone on this planet should come before economical profit.
Yeah, for sure. Without no planet, there's no economy. So
I definitely think that some people think climate change is very far in the future, but it's constantly happening now, and it's constantly evolving, and more people are learning about it. But it is something that is going to happen, like is happening, but will have a massive impact very soon. And I think that social media or being able to talk to your friends about it actually really helps. And I learned more about climate change on social media in the last year than I did like for a long time. Like it just actually opened my eyes to show what is really happening and how we can stop it or how we can prevent it anyway.
For sure, social media is such a great tool for spreading awareness, and it is scary, climate change. Every year, it just keeps getting, every summer, I was just talking to my grandma about this, how every summer we're always saying that it's the hottest summer it's been in I don't know how many years. And it's also so sad to see all the natural disasters that are happening and more commonly.
Because of climate change, a lot of animals have lost their homes because of the wildfires that are going on. Also, the polar bears, they aren't really living their life to the fullest because of the climate change, and the ice is just melting away. Just very, very terrifying. Plus, the climate change happens because of doings. So basically using more plastic, not saving energy. Because everything basically is from us, so we need to stop it in order to take control before we can't really do anything about it.
I mean, climate change is the problem, and it's the one that is affecting, for example, also another enormous problem, which is the problem of migration. Like desertification in Africa will inevitably end up meaning a lot more people migrating to Europe, and we need to stop climate change, because the point at which we cannot do anything is really, really coming close. So it needs to be a radical, quick change, and it needs an international solution. Like now, there is a wave of nationalism in the world of people that say that we can solve this in our house, but we can't, because it needs a cooperation throughout the whole world to be solved. And I fear it's gonna end up badly if we really don't understand this soon. Like there are many things, many countries that are doing well. Like, for example, I've been living in Denmark. They're pretty good at understanding the importance of the environment, and the EU is also putting forward a lot of regulations and good things for the environment. But if we don't understand that this needs to be solved globally, then it will not be solved.
I agree completely that it's definitely an international cooperation. It is a global problem, so we can't solve it independent. I think our generation is definitely going to be more, hopefully, more cooperative, because I think we all see that what a big problem it is. We have a lot more access to information than other generations did or do.
We talked a lot about isolation, and isolation itself is a bad thing, but being alone, it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's actually a good thing, because it allows you to learn more about yourself. There are people on this call who are younger than me, and actually discovering things about yourself as you grow up, it's not only good, it's one of the most fun things about growing up. It's really fun when you start discovering what you like, what you believe in, when you start discovering that maybe your beliefs are different from the ones from your parents, and that's actually quite interesting and enjoyable. So I believe that if there's one thing COVID and life itself taught us, is that having time for yourself is good and it's fun.
I hope in the future people are more accepting to each other, whether that is, you know, about them or their religion, and people are more open-minded to new things and new ideas. And I hope that people always jump at opportunities that scare them, because you never know what the outcome could be, or always push yourself out of your comfort zone. And I hope that people can realize that they can do what they love in the future and still make a difference.
My message would be to think about yourself and your community, and maybe how you fit into your community, and how you can help your community as well, because through communities is how we can reach more change. If everyone is trying to do their best in their communities, it will have a ripple effect for everyone. So I think that's a great way to start, if anyone, to try to make change in your communities.
I would just say that I think that everyone has a purpose, and there's a lot of pressure, I think, on younger generations to kind of be that like really big change that everyone's been kind of waiting for. But I would just say that any difference that you make, no matter how big or small it is still a difference. And you can change like 2 people's lives, you can change 2,000. Like it doesn't, that doesn't really matter in that sense. As long as you feel accomplished and you've done something that you want to do and makes you happy, I think that's the most important thing.
I think that even if it is a small change, it is still a change. So people shouldn't be worried that they don't make a big change, because a change is still a change, and a change is good. Take the climate global warming, for example. You could make a small change by trying to reduce the amount of carbon emission you make.
You're important, you're loved, you're worthy. No one really has the right to tell you you're not something in your life. You could do whatever you want if you're really passionate about it. And you're not nothing. You are something.
What is really important to me is the following. The nature is our home, as the basis for living for everyone on this planet should come before economical profit. I know I said that before, but I just think it's a really important message that everyone should know, and that should be spread around the world.
Bad things have been happening since the beginning of times. COVID is just the newest bad thing to happen. So they will always happen. We can't control it. What we can control is how we face it. So I believe that whatever happens to us in our life, we should always zoom out and watch it from above and see, okay, this is happening, but since we're here, let's see what's positive about this. And we should hold on to that. It can be 90%, 99% bad things. That 1%, we should be able to hold on to that, and from that 1%, grow something positive out of it. So that's what I believe in. It's not a romantic optimism. It's actually a rational thought, because you get nothing from being negative. So rationally, and we are intelligent beings, rationally, you should be opting always for the positive. So it's not like I'm a romantic being. I'm just being rational.
My message is do what you love and do it for yourself, because if you do it for yourself, it will be automatically translated towards the people around you, and it will have a good effect on people. So just don't worry about what you're doing, so long as you like it and so long as you think that that can make a difference. Again, as other people said, however small or little that is, it's still important, and it's little steps, but we have this saying in Italian that says, drop by drop, you get the sea. So just don't worry about the fact that it's a little drop by drop, you will get the sea, you will get the ocean. So Yes, I think that's very important.
In my opinion, I think what's important to me is that you love yourself and respect yourself no matter what other people say and no matter how bad they judge you, because you know yourself best. And no matter how busy you are, take some time off and take care of yourself, because you yourself is important and your health is very important. Follow your own path and not others, and follow your own definition of success in life, because everyone has different definitions of success. And just because someone said this job is way better than this job, and doesn't mean that you need to follow their statements, and do whatever makes you yourself happy, and do it only for yourself, and know that you are worth it and loved.